Hello and welcome to video number 4. I am here with a craft idea, a craft fair idea from Lyric Lover 810. This is one of her ideas that I saw on YouTube that really sparked my creativity. I just started with these traveler's notebooks and I really didn't know much about them, but she showed some mini ones that you can make that you can actually sell at a craft fair if you would like. So I would link her video down below to let you see how she did them, but I also am going to do a tutorial today on how she showed me how to do them, and I might have a few things that I've done different or just like hers. I can't remember, but these are the ones that I have currently made, and I got 2 other ones here. But I am going to show you the Fortnite one. Let me show you the Fortnite one. All right, so here we have at the front here just a little page marker that I laminated that you mark your pages with on the inside of your notebook. And he likes blue, so I picked this, you know, just baby blue looking cover. And it is also laminated to make it more durable, which I love. Okay, and what you feel, okay, it's a regular traveler's notebook, so it has bands in it where you can insert notebooks. And the notebooks that I use are these composition books from Walmart. You get these from Walmart and they're like 88 cents. So that's pretty neat. And it comes with 3 different notebooks in here. And they are 80 sheets in each of them. Okay, so I use these for this traveler's notebook. It's by Pen and Gear, and they're mini composition books that you can get at Walmart. So yeah, so I took each book and I covered them with an image. But the one I'm going to be doing the tutorial on is going to be design paper, pattern paper. So I took an image offline and printed it out and covered these mini composition books with it. Okay, so that's what's on each of the elastics that's in here. Has a little pocket on the front. They got all his little doodads in there. Okay, super cute. He loves Fortnite. I made one of these first for my niece, and he was like, Mommy, I want one. You gotta make me one. So I was like, well, what kind do you want me to make you? A Fortnite one? Since you're so into Fortnite? He was like, yes, please. So this is another notebook that you can slide in and out. And once he fills these up, he can replace them with some more from Walmart. And you can, this is like a reusable traveler's notebook, okay? And I got the same image that is on the front, on the back. And then I added a little folder in here. But my folder has regular copy paper that I sewed into the center. So I got regular copy paper, has a pocket on the front, which is some more little cuts that I cut out for him that he can just slide in there. I don't know what he's gonna do with them, but hey, these are some more page markers that I have for him. Some more page markers. So that's those that he can swap out on the front. If you don't want this one on the front, he can swap it out for another one that's on the front, that can be on the front. So basically that's page markers. Okay, so I'll put that one back in here. These are so cute and he loves them. He loves it, I meant. Then the last one, just another image offline, and I covered the cover with these Fortnite images. Okay, and so that's his little notebook. And I made a cute little tassel. He was like, what is this for? I said, you can also mark your page with it. It don't matter. You can mark your page with it, and it can hang. So that's his Fortnite mini traveler's notebook, and he loves it. Okay. And okay, now we're going to get to the materials that you're going to need to do this tutorial. All right, first thing you're going to need is a cover that measures 8 by 5. So this is 8 by 5, the cover. Just any kind of pattern paper that you want to use, this is going to be my cover. And you're also going to need a folder, which is going to be this folder that you see on the inside here. This folder with the pockets. This folder with the pockets, okay? You're going to need a sheet of paper. I'm just going to use a regular craft sheet of paper. It's durable. It's a little bit harder, a little bit thicker than this regular pattern paper. So for the folder, which is 6.5 by 6, you're going to need that. Okay, and then to cover the composition books that you have on the inside, to cover these, you're going to need 6. You're going to need 6 pieces of paper that measures 5 3/4 by 4.5. So 5 3/4 by 4.5, okay? And you're going to need 6. And I typically put the same type of pattern paper on the front and the back, so I got 2 of each. And they're 5 3/4 by 4.5. Okay, so those are my 6 of those, okay? Get that to the side there. Put this back on here and let's get started. Oh, you're also going to need one more thing for the front pocket here. For this front pocket, it's optional. It's whatever you want to put in your traveler's notebook. But for this pocket here, you're going to need a sheet of paper that measures 3 2/8 by 3. So you can use regular pattern paper. I choose to use vellum for that front pocket, and I'll show you how I made that with vellum. Okay, so let's get it started. Super excited to show you how. Oh, you're also going to need a laminator to laminate your cover and any other pieces that you want in it. I have a Scotch laminator, and I'm going to use these pouches to laminate my covers. Okay. All right, so we're going to start off with the cover, which is 8 by 5. And what we're going to do is score your covers. All right. Your cover is going to be scored. Excuse this. We're going to score it at 4. And that's the center. And we're going to do 3.5 and 4.5. So we got 3.5, 4, 4.5. And you're going to have 3 slits here. I don't know if you can see the 3 slits that I made. Yeah, so 1, 2, and 3. That's 3.5, 4, 4.5. Okay, those are going to be where you're also going to put your punches in for your paper. I mean, for your elastic. Okay, so you got that. Now we're going to take a laminating sheet. Once I get it out, goodness, I didn't have it ready. That's okay. So I take a laminate sheet, and I am going to open this bad boy just like so. Before I put this in here, I wrote cover on there. I'm just going to erase that. Okay, erase that. Probably shouldn't have done it on that. But I am going to erase that says cover. All right, and we're gonna slide. Actually, I like my paper, before I do any of that, I like my corner edges punched. So I am just going to take, this is a 1/2 inch punch, and it's by EK Tools, and it's a 1/2 inch punch by EK Tools. Okay, so basically I'm just going to punch my edges and round them because I like my edges rounded. If you want it straight, keep it straight. I like my edges rounded. And another thing that I like to do is I like to distress my edges with a color. Distress it. So I am going to use this here ink, Archival's ink, and then I'll come back. Okay, so we got both sides distressed. I like mine heavily distressed. Okay, so now I got my laminate sheet here. I'm gonna go ahead and open it on up. Place my cover right up against that. I am going to try vellum. Let's try vellum as a cover. So, oh, let me round the edges. Other sheet in here. Give it some space. Okay, I'm gonna laminate these two and I'll be right back. Okay, so I sent it through the laminator twice just to make sure it's sealed nice and good. So they're both laminated. Now I have to cut it out, and you want to cut around it, not too close to the bubble here, or you would mess up the laminate and it will come apart. So make sure you kind of stay away from the little bubble that you see going around the pattern paper. Okay, so I'm gonna cut these two out and I'll be right back. Okay, now you want to rescore your score lines. What we want to do is fold on the score lines. Alright, so now we're going to make the holes at the bottom, one on each score line, and I come, what, about an 1/8 of an inch up from the paper. And I use my We Are Memory Keepers chomper here, and I use the small hole, okay, not the big hole. I use the small one on these small ones. So I'm gonna make the holes on here, and I usually just line it up and go up about 1/4 of an inch in the center there, and I punch it. Okay, so I'm going to do the same across here on each of these score lines. And I'm going to finish doing this on the other at the top here, and then I'm going to put one in the middle. And the one in the middle, I'm going to use my pokey tool because this here doesn't reach to the middle. So I am going to use my pokey tool to make the hole in the center that we're going to need, okay? And I'm going to do those and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my holes in here. 3 at the top, 3 at the bottom, and 1 in the center. And I did it for this one too because I might use this cover instead. I like it. So I am going to put string through both of them, and I'm going to show you how to put string through them, okay? Alright, so I like to make sure my edges doesn't have any fuzzy edges like this one. I'm going to cut that fuzz off. So I use my scissors, which are Craft Gear scissors. craft gear. I'm just going to cut that little fuzz off. Oops. Okay. All right, so we start at the bottom right. Make sure it's the, well, it don't matter. Okay, bottom right, and I'm going to go from the back up through, and I'm going to make sure this little part that's hanging is a little bit past that center hole. Okay, a little bit past that center hole. Leave that hanging back down, and we're going to take this long piece and finish going to the top right. Okay, and we're going to make sure that piece stays there and it doesn't get any shorter. Okay, and then we're going to come through the top middle from the back. Okay, and we're going to go down to the bottom middle, go out the back, and then we're going to come from the back to the bottom left. See if I can find that hole. Yep, bottom left. So we're on the bottom left coming through. Okay, and we're going to go the left top. We're going to go through that hole at the left top. Okay, if I can get this around. Okay, so now we have two strings, one on the top, one on the bottom. We're going to take the top one and go back through that top center hole from the back. Okay, I got a little fuzz on that, so I'm going to clip that off really quick. Okay, and I wanted to go through, so I got to move this over a little bit, and we're going to come through the back. Come on. Okay, so we made it through the back, and now we got that. Now we got this one at the bottom. We're going to go through the bottom middle again from the back. Okay, and I like to pull on these and go this way just to make them straight right here in the middle. Make these straight. And what you're going to do is tie off a knot. Not too tight. You want it kind of loose. Not too tight of a pull there, okay? But you want your knot your knot to be tight. And I like to do 2, sometimes 3 knots. We'll do 3 because I don't want it to come apart. Okay, so cut that off. So again, I like to pull on these to make it straight. Okay. All right, so this leftover string might be enough to go through the center to give us a strap or wrap around, to wrap around this. Yeah, that should be enough to. So what I use to get through that center hole is a bobby pin. I just line it through, put the bobby pin through here, through it like so. And then I take this and open it to the center like so, and I stick this bobby pin through that hole and then just pull it through. Okay, before we tie it, we want to make sure that it's enough to go around the whole thing. So I close this up. Okay, sorry I did all that twisting. I was trying to see which side was the right side up. Want to make sure it's enough elastic to go around. It could be tightened a little bit, so it's enough string. So I'm going to go ahead and tie a knot. Tie a knot, and I usually do 2 knots. Usually tie 2 knots. Okay, make sure they right on top of each other. Oh, make sure the knots are right on top of each other, but if they're not, that's okay. These are not. Make sure it doesn't go through. It's good and sturdy. Won't go through. If it's too tight, you can always undo it, and this one might be a little tight. And now I'm noticing that I haven't rounded the laminate, so I'm just going to use my scissors to round it without hitting that bubble. So make sure you round it. Around the edges to match the rounded corner on the pattern paper. Oops. All right, get all that off. Okay, so I don't know which one I'm gonna use, so I'm gonna do the same with this one, and then I'll be back. All right, so we got both of them all filled with the elastic for your composition books. Okay, so now we're going to put the pocket on the front, the little pocket. So you're going to need 2 sheets 2 sheets that measure 3 2/8 by 3, 3 2/8 by 3. So 2 sheets for one, and then 2 sheets for the next one. Okay, and I'll be right back because I got to cut out 2 more of these, but I might just use vellum here. Should I use vellum on this side for the pocket and use pattern paper on this one to give you the different ones you could use? So let me cut out some pattern paper that's 3 2/8 by 3. Okay, and you're gonna need 2 sheets for one pocket. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, so I got my pieces cut out. So I'm gonna put it on the laminating sheet and go ahead and cut them out. Now when you lay this one on the laminating sheet, you're not going to do one facing this way and this way. You're not going to do that. We're going to have them both facing the same way, and we're going to laminate them just like that on top of one another. And the same with this. We're going to laminate them right on top of one another. Okay, and I'll be right back. So here we have the 2 pockets laminated, and I also, since we had some more space on the laminate sheet, I cut out our page markers and laminated them as well. That's going to go on the front of your book if you want to put it here, and so you can use it as a page marker when you go to mark your pages if you wanted to. Okay, so if you wanted that measurement, it's 3 2/8 by 4.5 for the page markers. Okay, so this concludes part 1 of the video. We're gonna have to have a part 2 because the video is kind of long. Part 2 is gonna have me showing you how to put the pockets on and how to cover your pages. Okay, cover your composition books. Okay, so that'll be part 2. Until then, see you next time.